Last year, we won first prize in the NSS contest. It was the Space Noah project. This year, when we made our proposal, Space Noah Plus, we made a following scenario to clarify what might be the problems of space settlement. In the end of the 21st century, mankind has built colonies on the Moon and Mars. Space Noah, a space settlement station orbiting at Lagrange Point, has already been completed. The Earth caused a crustal movement due to a giant impact, and the entire Earth turned into a magma ocean. People had to give up coming back to Earth. Furthermore, those who remain on the Moon and Mars end up living with the risk of cosmic radiation, and humanity is in danger of extinction by bone abnormalities because of the low gravity.
For humans to live, they need food, water, air, and gravity. To find the second Earth, we chose Ross 128b, considering above factors in adding atmosphere and the strength of gamma rays from the sun. Ross 128b is 11.02 light years away. The gamma ray from its sun is weak, and there is a strong possibility there is an atmosphere. With these factors, Ross 128b can easily be terraformed, so that is the reason we chose it. Space Noah, as the name suggests, is a reference to Noah's Ark. In the same way, Space Noah, a station built by all of the countries, is located on Lagrange Point L1 and was built to conserve living things. To find second Earth, the engineers on Space Noah built the Space Noah Plus, a moving space station to travel to Ross 128b. Space Noah Plus is made by reusing parts from Space Noah. We used all of Space Noah's reusable materials, and it fits into half a wing. That means 6 Space Noahs can be reused into 3 wings of the Space Noah Plus.
The 3 wings on Space Noah Plus rotate once per minute with a radius of 1 kilometer, creating an artificial gravity of 1g. The flight plan is divided into 2 parts, the outer solar system planets and the exoplanets. During Flight Plan A, the ship prepares for interstellar flight, such as filling up water, liquid hydrogen, minerals, and so on. This is Flight Plan B. The fastest rocket ever invented by humans is the Helios, traveling at 70 kilometers per second. It would take 47,000 years to travel 11.02 light years at this speed. Space Noah Plus reaches 50,000 kilometers per second after 60 days of continuous acceleration at 1g. It will then fly at this speed for 65 years and deaccelerate on the last 60 days of the trip.
This is the zoning plan for Space Noah Plus. Space Noah Plus is divided into 4 zones. The center of Space Noah Plus is the Control Center Zone. The Residential Zone, Work Zone, and Artificial Hibernation Zones are located on the 3 wings. The Control Center has rooms such as Control Center, AI Computer Room, Electric Machine, Artificial Gravity Machine, and the Accelerated Plasma Propulsion Engines. This is the blueprint of the Residential Zone. The blue in the middle is the housing units, and it is divided into A, B, and C towers. The light green is the city park. The city parks have their own artificial climate and 4 seasons. In one wing, there are 3 climates, so there are 9 climates in total. And with the 4 seasons, Space Noah Plus has 36 artificial weathers. This is a section of the wing. From the top down is the Residential Zone, Hibernation Zone, and Work Zone. The hibernation zone can be a shelter if there's an incident on Space Noah Plus. The work zone is mainly reuse of the facilities of Space Noah, such as food, air, water, and life support system. There are also space factories with using huge 3D printers. This graph compares the size of urban park area per capita in the world. The space station is basically a closed space environment, and even astronauts who are well trained are said to have problems staying for a long period of time. To solve this problem, Space Noah Plus concentrated to turning the living spaces as a city park. As a result, the Space Noah Plus has the largest urban park in the world. We also designed the virtual reality room to deal with isolation. The picture is viewed from the second-story kids' room. The virtual reality room is projecting a morning sunrise. There are LCD panels on the walls, ceiling, and floor. In the virtual reality room, there are no fixed furniture. The furniture is stored under the floor, and it is easily brought up whenever the owner wants. In this picture, there's a table and chair that was brought up from under the floor. When the furniture is set, the owner will press the VR button. In just a second, still being in the room, the virtual screens make it look like you are wherever you want to be in the world.
Space Noah Plus will travel 11.02 light years in just 65 years. The ship travels 9.81 meters per second squared. This is a blueprint of the Accelerated Plasma Propulsion Engine. There are 49 engines that are used to accelerate Space Noah Plus. The Accelerated Plasma Propulsion Engine from the top is a rotary plasma generator, then the electromagnetic field, then lastly the linear accelerator. The fuel is liquid hydrogen. At the rotary plasma generator, it makes high pressure and temperature plasma. The electromagnetic field compresses the plasma, which is shot out of the linear accelerator. The linear accelerator accelerated the plasma 17% the speed of light. To learn about plasma, we went to Stanford's Linear Accelerator, SLAC. The plasma is accelerated by Lorentz force. The scientists at SLAC said that plasma is not accelerated straight, but accelerated in a zigzag motion. This graph shows what the scientists told us.
The accelerated plasma engine is powered by small nuclear reactors. There are 4 small nuclear reactors, 2 which are used to power the engine and 1 is for regular use, and the final one is for backup. This is a blueprint of the small nuclear reactor. The right side is the reactor bay and the left side is the power generation. The reactor makes heat which turns water into vapor. The vapor turns the turbine, making electricity. The reactor needs cooling as it gets very hot. In 2011, there was a nuclear reactor explosion because a factory lost power due to a tsunami. Because of this, the cooling pump stopped working, which caused the explosion. Space is a vacuum. There is no thermal radiation. To cool the reactor, cold water flows through the pipes cooling the reactor. The waste heat of the reactor is used for evaporation purification system. This cleans regular use water. The dirty water is sent to a purification center. Then the water is heated and turned into vapor. The vapor travels through a pipe to be cooled down into water again. This makes reusable living water.
At this point, artificial hibernation is essential if humans go on a manned flight farther than Mars. But artificial hibernation technology is not yet perfected. Space Noah requires 65 years of interstellar flight, so we did a lot of research on artificial hibernation. And we were able to learn a lot from Dr. Sunagawa, who is a leader of the artificial hibernation research at RIKEN in Japan. Dr. Sunagawa's research group succeeded in stimulating Q neurons in the brain of non-hibernating mice to induce hibernation. In addition, we designed an artificial hibernation pod. This pod can be used as healthcare, and the room with the pods can be used as an evacuation space. This chart is the intermittent hibernation schedule. Even during hibernation, the minimum necessary metabolism to maintain life is performed and metabolites are produced. Metabolites can be further reduced by lowering body temperature. However, lowering body temperature may cause abnormalities in the body, so we proposed a method of intermittently hibernating at a normal body temperature. The passengers hibernate for 6 months and rest for 1 month. In this chart, the blue represents hibernation and the yellow represents rest. In this way, the passengers will only age 9 years of the 65-year travel time. We investigated the feasibility of Space Noah Plus. We found out that Space Noah Plus can be built with technologies we have now or invented in the near future. We were able to make 2 meaningful proposals through this project. One is the possibility of manned interstellar flight. The other proposal is the programs for crew of the artificial hibernation. In the summer, through the project, we could travel across time and space from the vast universes to the invisible atomic world. It was so fun and exciting. Thank you very much for your attention.